is me doing a challenge on the Crash Bandicoot N Sane Trilogy on the PS4. And I'm doing Crash 2, as you can see. And basically the challenge is that I have to get to the end credits without losing a single life. Now I did actually try this challenge on number 3 yesterday, and I'll go into that in just a moment. I like to keep quiet when there's cutscenes and stuff.
If it isn't Crash Bandicoot, welcome. I apologize for the crude means used to bring you here, but I'd rather expect a written invitation would have been turned down. I need your help. Surrounding you are a series of 5 doors. Through each door lies a well-hidden crystal. The crystals look like this. Bring me the crystals, Crash. That is all I will say for now. We will speak again.
So yeah, I did Crash 3 yesterday, and I actually got to the end boss, but then I lost a bloody life. How sad is that? I actually get to the last boss, and I lose a life on the last boss. All that hard work. So yeah, I'm not going to try that one again for a little while. I don't know why that keeps coming up. I love this soundtrack. And maybe worth noting that there's actually a few differences between the PlayStation 1 version and the PS4 version of the 3 games. I mean, I went into a little bit of detail of some of these changes in some of the other videos of Crash 3. And through this video, when I come across them, I'll point them out. Some people may already be aware of these changes, but still can't hurt. Now the first one in Crash 2 is this death rate. And by that I mean, you remember playing the original one. On the original one, you go on this bit and then you can go forward, go back, body slam, and you can do it again. Well, this time you can't do it in the N Sane Trilogy. I'm not sure. Maybe it was to make it more of a challenge. But nevertheless, it's not exactly a big issue for me. I just love the N Sane Trilogy. It just brings so many memories of playing the original Crash Bandicoot game. Well, games I should say. I just have updates later to bring it to the 21st century. And it's just the little details that make it all that special. For example, the water effects on the camera. That's a nice feature. And a copper gem. Thanks for that, Crash.
Well done, Crash. I knew I could rely on you. Now listen carefully. These holograms are hard to maintain. During the course of my intellectual pursuits, I have stumbled across a force that threatens to destroy the world. The crystals are the only means of containing it. The fate of the world is at stake. It is imperative, therefore, that you bring them to me.
Are you there, Crash? Crash! Crash! Are you there, Crash? Yeah, Crash?
But yeah, I was really excited when I saw the first trailers of the N Sane Trilogy, being a fan of Crash Bandicoot and everything. So I'm kind of doing the 3 Crash games based on level of difficulty. And I think it could be agreed really that Crash 3 is the easiest one. Because you can get all the power-ups and it makes it a bit easier, you know, with a double jump and things like that. Yeah, that's something they changed. Remember in the PlayStation 1 version you can see the gem, and I've been hearing rumours there was a glitch to get it without going to the super level. You can see the sparkles of it, but as you can see it's impossible to reach it. But yeah, I have to say out of the 3 original PlayStation Crash games, yes I know there was 5 of them, but I'm going by the original trilogy, as we're talking about the N Sane Trilogy here. I have to say Crash 2 is probably my favourite one. It's in the mid difficulty range. But yeah, in Crash 2 you give a sliding jump, but you can't get the other abilities. And in Crash 1 you don't get any secret abilities. So yeah, I think people would agree with me that Crash 1 will be the most difficult out of the 3. So that's why I'm doing it by level of difficulty. And I think Vicarious Visions did an amazing job with the N Sane trilogy. This is, like I said it quite a lot of times, but I'll say it again. This is a remaster done right. I mean, the only minor things changed, which isn't a bad thing, and they kept a lot of original stuff as well.
So, you are helping Cortex gather crystals. Yet, you have acquired gem. Interesting. Well, Crash, know this. As long as you are allied with Cortex, you are my sworn enemy, and I will do anything in my power to stop you. If the fate of the world is truly your concern, you must gather the gems, not the crystals. If you obtain all 42 gems, I can use them to focus a laser. Yes, a laser beam that will destroy Cortex and the space station he has created. Until then, I must use my forces to stop you from gathering crystals.
Is it me or is Brio a bit more crazy in this game? Well, in this version. I made that mistake one time. Just jumped to quickly and I got that mask. Yes, thank you. Now, I might be wrong about this, but I don't think they really explains why Nitrous Brio doesn't like Cortex in this game. I may have missed something, but I'm not sure whether that was actually explained or not. And then in Crash Minor of the Mutants, he's allies with Cortex again. You gotta have sound effects for and all that stuff. Like I say, it's just things they did to make it up to date with our art the 21st century.
Crystals. Not bad. I see you are getting the hang of it. I need to conserve power. I will communicate with you again after you retrieve the 5th crystal.
Now that's something that is missing. So as you see, he said he's going to communicate to me after getting the 5th crystal. But just hold that thought, because I'll show you a bit later on. just gotta love the lighting effects of this game. And welcome anyone who's watching. This is Breezy Baby Gaming, and I'm currently doing the challenge on Crash 2 of the N Sane Trilogy. I have to get to the end credits without losing a single life. And if anyone saw my video yesterday, I did Crash 3, and I actually got to the last boss, Cortex, and I was so close to beating the challenge, but then I lost a life on the last boss. How annoying is that? I mean, you do a challenge to not lose a life, and you get to the end boss and you're thinking, oh yeah, I'm doing it, this is it, and then all of a sudden you die. I'm like, ugh. So I mean, I'm gonna give that one a little rest for now, and see if I can do Crash 2. Now, as I explained earlier, Crash 2 is probably my favourite out of the three, because of its no. But I didn't lose a life, so the challenge is still on. Anyway. I still remember playing the PS1 version and losing a few lives on that one. Oh, got a message from Wiki Patama. Garland for great Crash Bandicoot 2 N Sane Trilogy 100%. So I mean, is that a challenge to do a live stream to get 100%? Now this is a bit of a tricky level. But I personally didn't like these levels because you lose the masks when you start these levels, and that's a little bit annoying. So far so good. Now this big is big trick. I was going to muck that up then. Hopefully I didn't. Yes, and I've done it. Now, just to reiterate something that I mentioned earlier. Remember after level 3, Cortex said he's going to communicate with me after getting the 5th crystal. Now watch this. After he's got the bits out of him. Where's the communication? Isn't Cortex supposed to be telling me something? I'm pretty sure in the first one he communicates with us. So that's another thing that they seem to have changed. But here we go, we're facing Whipperoo. The craziest of them all. Ooh. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure professors are supposed to be teaching you the dangers of explosives, not playing around with them. Now, one thing I do want to mention about Whipperoo compared to the original, he doesn't do all them crazy laughs like and all that stuff. But I know there's a bit of a reason for that. And it was something to do... And it was something to do with, if I'm correct, to do with the original game had Lady and the Tramp laughs. Or something like that. Ooh. Gotta be careful on this bit. Ugh. Booyah! Sorry, Professor. Class is dismissed. Thank you, Wiki Pratama. I will certainly try my best. And I already know about, yeah, I know you can unlock Coco on the second, World Room. And I'm glad they kept another little thing in this game.
I see that Ripperoo failed to prove much of a challenge yet again. But 20 to be exact. The planets will align shortly, all 13 of them. And this will create a power great enough to rip the Earth apart. Properly utilized, however, the crystals can absorb and contain the energy.
Crash, is that you? I've been looking everywhere. I don't have much time to tell you this. You have to be careful. Trusting Cortex seems a little unwise, Crash. I can't keep the data path open much longer. Crash, you need to...
Yep, everyone's correct. You can indeed unlock Coco, and I will show you. Yes, and I can play as Coco now. Yep, and I'm actually glad because this little thing in this game as well. Remember this on the PlayStation 1 version with Polar? And no, RSPCA, I'm not beating up the Polar Bear. I'm so glad they kept that in the game. But, sorry, Pella. It's okay. I think I'll get to him later. Now, I made a little mistake on this level before because it was slippery and stuff. So I need to be a bit careful. Yeah. Oh great, porcupine. Hopefully everyone's enjoying the video so far. Alright. But yeah, I actually did Crash 3 yesterday, and I did same challenge as this, and I got to the last boss, but I lost a life, and I was like, oh, you know, you put all that hard work and you lose a life from the last boss. So yeah, I will have to revisit that one at some point. But I think this is a great feature of Crash N Sane Trilogy. You can play as Coco through the majority of the levels, which is something that should have been in Wrath of Cortex. I don't know whether anyone here has got Wrath of Cortex. I've still got it on the PlayStation 2. And I'll go into a little bit of detail. So if anyone's got Wrath of Cortex, take a look at the box. And on the back of the box, it clearly says that you can play as Coco for the first time through the whole game. Whereas in the actual game, that doesn't happen. And I remember getting that on the PlayStation 2 when around the time it came out, and I was like thinking, this is great, you can play as Coco through most of the game. Turns out that wasn't even possible. So yeah, it was just like Crash 3, it was only in a few stages. So it's a bit like, what? But Wrath of Cortex is still a good game nonetheless. And who can forget Twin Sanity? The soundtrack's still stuck in my head. Especially when you're in the ice lab. Can you imagine if they actually got Spiral Mouth to do the soundtrack for a new Crash game? That'd just be insane. No pun intended. Now I know there's a secret level when you go on that platform, but I'm not trying that one because the challenge is not to get all the gems. It's just to get to the end credits without losing any lives. You just gotta love the sound effects and everything. Dear me. Okay, that's a fail. Yeah, unfortunately that is the end of the challenge because I lost a life. Hopefully everyone enjoyed the video. Be sure to check out my other videos as well, and subscribe. Hit the subscribe button if you want to. Thanks for that little dance, Coco. Until next time, see you then. Bye for now.